10 years ago, mental health had a stigma attached to it, and people avoided talking. Now, thanks in part to large businesses taking mental health seriously, and organisations such as Business in the Community campaigning for mental health in the workplace to be a boardroom issue, employees are getting the support that they need. 10 years on, COVID-19 is causing huge repercussions for business and the world. A third of workers with mental health problems unrelated to work stated this was because of COVID-19, and 19% cited family bereavement or long-term illness. The impact on employees' well-being is huge and is absolutely at the forefront of employers' minds. But despite hearing the staggering death rates well publicised in the media, we're still not talking about bereavement and its impact openly. Why is this, and what can we do about it? In this video, we hear from Dr. Shaun Davis, Global Director of Health and Wellbeing at Royal Mail, to get a leadership perspective and the views from the people at Royal Mail that have been supporting employees throughout the pandemic.
I think whether it be general mental health in the more general sense, or bereavement, or grief, or experiences of suicide, I think the role model and the importance that senior leaders can play in terms of sharing their experiences, talking about how it might have had a personal effect on them, creating a culture and an environment where people will feel comfortable to talk about it and to disclose and share their own experiences is really important. As a leader, it's really important that you kind of try and show that human side of you, and that you are visible and human in who you are. Building that trust and building that relationship then will predispose people to want to talk to you about health issues, be that physical health or mental health. And so it's all about, I think, showing that human side. I've been really proud of the work that we've done with BITC, Business in the Community, and the suicide prevention and postvention toolkit work. We talk about mental health in a positive way. So I try and talk about positive mental health and the things that you can do to help your own mental health, and the tools that we have got, things like our employee assistance programme, our health and wellbeing ambassadors, our overarching Because Healthy Minds Matter campaign. Being really clear to our managers what the role of a line manager is in terms of signposting and not fixing, in inverted commas, because managers can get very reluctant then to have an intervention if they think, well, I don't know how to fix this person, because that's not your role. Your role is to help, advise, support and signpost.
My team of business partners are there to support the managers, to ensure they signpost them to that practical support, but also to highlight the additional support that's available, whether that be counselling, on-site support, particularly where a work colleague has passed away. I think it's part of the culture of the organisation, and having a very open culture to be able to talk about these things. Primarily, it will be line managers and colleagues talking to each other. But the role of HR is to ensure that we are advocating that and giving people spaces to be able to have those conversations, and ensuring that people know where there is additional professional support available for them as well, when it goes beyond just being able to talk to your manager or colleagues. We've done a lot more communications, whether that be via email. We have a dedicated SharePoint with information around support. We're doing a lot more telephone calls and video calls like this to make sure we're keeping in touch with people. We're also encouraging people just to check in with each other.
In terms of my role, I lead teams who support managers with all types of situations involving employees. We will help managers to understand how to apply policies, for example, for time off in a bereavement situation. and also do lots of signposting for managers to make sure that they understand what resources are available for employees. So, for example, making sure they're aware of our employee assistance programme. I also have a team who manage applications to our in-house charity, who provide financial support to lots of employees, and that may again come as a result of a bereavement. I lost my younger brother very unexpectedly last year. He was only 44, he had a 6-year-old daughter. He died during the pandemic, but not because of COVID, and died without any warning at all. So a very difficult situation. For me personally, the best way to manage that situation was to be able to work when I felt I needed to or when I wanted to, and to have that flexibility. We have a number of provisions that are available to support all our colleagues in that type of situation. What we would encourage our employees to do is to discuss their particular situation with their manager. Every situation is different, and that makes sure that we can provide as much flexibility as we possibly can. Within the first 18 months of me joining Royal Mail Group, we very sadly lost 2 team members from my team, one of whom, as you rightly say, took his own life. An extremely upsetting and emotional time for the whole team. 2 senior members of the team agreed that they would take the responsibility of informing team members. They did it amazingly well. With real authenticity. We made sure that people who wanted to took some time out, that they were able to go for a walk, sit and chat between themselves. There were a couple of individuals who really felt they would struggle to remain in work for that whole day, and so that was fine. We were able to allow them to take the rest of the day off. And again, it's that flexibility in allowing people to react and deal with their own feelings and that situation in the way that works for them. And I truly believe that's really important. More practically, we accessed some on-site counselling support. So we had a counsellor available a couple of days after the event, just in a room. And if individuals felt that they wanted to go and share whatever they wanted to share with that counsellor, then that support was there for them to be able to do that.
Thank you to all of our speakers, and for their openness and bravery in talking about their personal experiences of bereavement, and also the many ways in which they and their teams support their colleagues through difficult times. The Business in the Community website has valuable resources available for business leaders, including the report on death, bereavement and grief and the impact of COVID-19. The report provides actionable guidance on developing an empathetic, compassionate and inclusive response. Thank you for watching.